Now, understand that there are a variety of different extraterrestrial species that are presently interacting with your Earth and have been interacting with your Earth for some time. This communication, this level of interaction has been going on since the inception of Homo sapiens, since the creation of Homo sapien. And understand that at certain points in your history, open contact and even just regular contact, more superficial levels of contact, more subtle levels of contact have been present and are still present at this point in your experience of space-time. And the depth of contact between Earth and other extraterrestrial, extradimensional civilizations has fluctuated. There have been some levels of your collective species and civilization where contact has been very rich, very deep, very in-person, very direct, and other levels of contact that have been more superficial, more indirect, more subtle. And you are now, in many ways, exiting a period of time, a phase in your development that is of the nature that is more subtle, more indirect. And you are now moving into a phase collectively where contact with extraterrestrial species is now becoming more direct, more rich, more noticeable, more obvious, increasing, so to say, in its depth. And the idea being that this type of relationship with extra dimensionals, with extraterrestrials, is in many ways a side effect of your own consciousness. For understand, the phase that you are exiting, the phase that you are letting go of, where contact is more superficial, less direct, more subtle, is a phase that is organized, so to say, by belief systems that all of you, in different ways, are shedding or letting go of. There are many belief systems that are part of religious organizations, scientific institutions, governmental organizations, cultural belief systems, etc., that you are all now letting go of. And what this translates as presently is your species learning not just to think for yourselves, but learning how to consciously craft your reality by consciously crafting belief systems that represent your preference. And many of you, in different ways, are learning how to craft belief systems that allow for you to feel more empowered, that allow for you to experience the inner depths, the inner infinity of your being. And as a result, because you are using new belief systems, you are creating new paradigms to organize your reality and your collective experience, you are, as a side effect of that process, aligning with all of us, your extraterrestrial family, because you're learning how to operate in a similar capacity that we operate in. For we know in our bones, metaphorically speaking, that we are creating our reality. We know that we are infinite. We know that we are all technically one being. We understand and observe with great clarity the interconnectivity of all that is. And because you are all learning to experience life using that point of view, you are aligning with us as a side effect, because like attracts like. And as these belief systems, as these ideas become more collective for all of you, you increase the probability of open contact, because open contact occurs when the collective belief system of your world permits it to. So in other words, all of the information that you hear about self-empowerment, creating your reality, letting go of negative belief systems, etc., all of those things are like keys to the door of open contact. And as those keys travel and make their way throughout your planet, as more individuals become aware of this, it's as if that door to open contact opens wider and wider and wider and wider and wider until the reality that we represent begins to shine through that opening in the door, illuminating in a greater way different levels of your reality. And that phenomenon of our illumination shining into your reality through you opening the door translates as the idea of open contact between our worlds.